to the session Global Enterprises with E-Business and E-Commerce. In today's session, we are going to explore more about e-business, or what we call as electronic business, and e-commerce, electronic commerce. Internet has enabled companies to do business beyond borders. Now, companies who have spread their business wings across the world are reaping the benefits of technology. Digital payments and online marketing have enabled these companies to extend their business operations beyond geographies. Information technology is a tool for extending business beyond boundaries. The global e-commerce sales was around 6.8 trillion worldwide in 2024. And this number is expected to continue growing over next few years. And around 2.71 billion shopped online globally in 2024. And this number is going to be increased by 2.77 billion in 2025. Now, this also reflects a huge amount of boom in e-commerce industries. And one of the major reasons for this is internet and convenience of online shopping. Now, the business is not boosting in only one sector. E-commerce is giving scope for boost of business in multiple sectors like electronics, fashion, healthcare, household, food and beverages. Also, one of the major mode of payments are like online payments, which includes digital cards, or something like you have UPI, which is enabling payments today. Apart from this, there is also net banking, which might happen over online payments. There's something beautiful which has boosted the growth of e-business, that is cash on delivery. When the product arrives at your door, you're going to pay. Now, this is one of the most important payment option for customers who want to see the product, accept it and then make the payment. And there is also another reason. You can extend your e-business model either vertically or horizontally in a convenient way when it is on a digital mode. Now, we are trying to understand how e-business is growing in different sectors, and one of the main reasons for the growth is mode of payments and convenience, or maybe like multiple choices which is available for customers in the online shopping. In the infographics, what we see here on the screen, we see top 3 e-commerce sectors, particularly the companies who are playing a major role, and every country is dominated by different e-commerce companies. Now, when you look at the world's most online trading business occurring in USA with $2,582. The infographics what you see on the screen also shows very clearly the top 3 e-commerce businesses in many countries. And when we look at the per habitant spending, the highest is with USA having $2,582. And we see like every country has different e-commerce player. Now, India is topped with Amazon, Flipkart and Meesho here, around $68 per inhabitant. We also see with other countries. Now, what we understand here is Amazon is a global player and is dominating in many e-commerce sectors. Now, one of the major reasons for e-commerce industries to play in multiple markets is the digital infrastructure which is enabling them to go to that market and offer their services. Now, these e-commerce industries come with a great technological infrastructure and they deliver products and services as per the requirement of that particular geography. Now, with all this prelude, we understand that e-commerce is a $1 trillion industry, and it is not just a bubble, but it's going to stay here for a long time. E-commerce also offers an ocean of endless opportunities. Smartphones and internet penetration along with a growing supply chain has made online shopping possible for people in all corners of the world. Now this is very clear when we look at why companies are spending so much on e-commerce and e-business. Let us look into the definition of e-commerce and e-business. E-business means the transformation of an organization's processes to deliver additional customer value through application of technologies, philosophies and computing paradigm of the new economy. While e-commerce is any form of business transactions in which the parties interact electronically rather than by physical exchanges or direct physical contact. Now this simply means e-business is operating businesses with the help of digital technologies, while e-commerce is more about buying and selling activities. E-business also covers e-commerce. In the diagram, we see that B2B is between the manufacturer and the distributor, or between distributor and retailer, business to business, while B2C is the last layer, like between the reseller or the retailer to the customer. Now B2B is the first level and B2C is the second level. Now there are many benefits why B2B and B2C have gained so much significance. One of the major reason is they can cover global audience, reduce cost, and they can fulfill all the market demands with flexibility. So e-business enables you to implement information and communication technologies to improve the business in order to create value for organizations, customers, employees and their business partners. Now we can understand clearly from this diagram what we mean by various technologies which are enabling e-business activities. Now you can see employees, suppliers, partners and customers who are the major stakeholders. They are connected with knowledge management, collaboration and decision support systems, and you see like supply chain management, sourcing plus procurement activities, fulfillment, while internal businesses process are maintained with the help of a ERP package, enterprise resource planning, and customer relationship management takes care of marketing, sales and services. Now from this it's very clear that e-businesses is all about operating the whole set of business activities with a electronically integrated architecture or technologies, or through certain enterprise packages like ERP, supply chain management or CRM, customer relationship management. Companies have started spending more on e-businesses and e-commerce post-COVID since 2020. One of the main reasons is they understood that survival of business is possible when they stay connected with the customers without the physical barriers. Now we see this has been one of the major reasons why businesses have doubled their spendings or investments on e-business activities. One of the forecasts of B2B clearly mentions that it is going to be doubled from 1.8 billion US dollars which in 2020 to 4.2 billion US dollars in 2025. Now projections for 2025 are estimated that B2C e-commerce platform spending is going to be around 5.7 billion US dollars. So we need to understand how companies are slowly adapting to this e-business and e-commerce activities in spite of they doing very well in their physical markets. Some of the agencies like what we are listing here as a small case of reference, O&M, Ogilvy and Mather, the sales representative and the executives who get benefited, they very clearly tell how e-business activities are supporting their businesses across different continents. Now they use collaborative workflow systems, global applications are rolled out, They have a creative asset management, knowledge management, messaging and security for the New York City based marketing giant. Now the executive also tells that Ogilvy's 400 offices in more than 100 countries access real time information so they can make quick decision, and they are able to understand the market changes so clearly and quickly. By that they make better decision, which is enabling them to save on cost. Now by this particular case example what we are discussing, we also understand an enterprise-wide application enables global infrastructure markets to operate smoothly and more collaboratively, which is most important when organizations are operating in multiple zones or countries. Now, that is what the executive is trying to tell us through this particular case scenario. Now, in the continued case example, we also see that the executive is agreeing globalization is not only in terms of extending business but also bringing the skills and the resources from the other part of the world into the business. The last line in the particular case notes that we let go of that culture of being rigid. Now, being flexible and adapting to the global knowledge system was possible for them with the help of an integrated e-business architecture. Now, when we look at goals of e-business, it's very clear that one of the major reasons is increasing profitability, increasing customer satisfaction, increasing employee motivation, and improving suppliers' relationship. Now, in the diagram, we saw how e-business is enabling mutual benefits amongst the customers, employees, suppliers, and business partners. So, one of the major goals of e-business is increasing profitability, customer satisfaction, employee motivation, and improving the supplier relationships. Now, moving forward, we will also understand what are the reasons which has enabled the growth of e-business. One of the main reasons for the boost of e-business is internet technology. We all agreed. In the internet technologies, there is an integration of banking and merchandising options. Whether it's B2B or B2C, payment options have enabled huge benefits with multiple choices. Customers can choose a wide range of payment methods such as credit cards, debit cards, digital wallets, or cash on delivery, which is attracting the customers. Another reason for the growth of e-business is increasing developments or growth of supply chain management itself. There has been a lot of improvements in logistics and supply chain management. The quick delivery processes from the retailer to the customer or the ordering point to the customer through online businesses has enabled customers to be very happy and satisfied. And there is also something like when the product is not liked by the customer, it could be returned. Now, this might sound like an e-commerce activity. Now, within e-business, all these strategies needs to be integrated. So, e-business is trying to incorporate all these activities, whether to its end users or B2B customers, through the reverse engineering process when customers or their suppliers want to go back. So, there is a communication channel between all these enterprise applications, whether it's HCM or CRM or ERP. So, there are cross-functional devices or applications which have been set up to mutually benefit activities when they are interdependent like this. Now, another major reason for boost of e-business is change in attitude of customers from touch and feel, where they were so comfortable of seeing the products and buying, to just buying the products is also one of the reasons which has boosted e-commerce. Now, not only in terms of B2C, in B2B, what has happened is all the stakeholders who are connected to the business want to use more of technology for the reason of convenience and quick decision making. Now let us move forward to understand what are the activities which are enabled by e-business. E-business activities which could be listed like buying and selling of goods and services, servicing of customers. This includes after sales service or query handling or giving information, anything as such. Processing of payments, managing production activity and supply chains, collaborating with business partners, sharing information, running automated employee services and recruiting employees. Now with all these activities integrated, businesses are able to move faster. Now this doesn't mean like everybody can go for e-business and it is seamlessly easy. There are challenges. Now some of the challenges when incorporating e-business is the technological infrastructural availability. In developed countries or geographies, it is possible to access the benefit of developed infrastructure. But in places like rural or semi-urban zones or with firms with small and medium enterprises, it's quite challenging for them to look at the cost which comes for the infrastructure setup and maintenance. Now this is one of the major challenge. The second challenge is collecting the data from all stakeholders. Now when we say collecting the data from stakeholders, we need to integrate a lot of information on the e-business enterprise architecture, and this is quite challenging when you have to depend on different partners or employees or even your business associates. Achieving data security is the greatest challenge in terms of e-business activity, convincing all the stakeholders and ensuring data privacy and security. Data privacy and data security is also one of the major challenge. The reason being convincing the internal stakeholders like your employees and business partners, and also convincing the external stakeholders like your customers and others to render their data for the sake of creating the information systems. E-business is not limited only to corporates. When we look at e-business for government, we have governments using or being dependent on business activities. So public enterprises today are embracing electronic mode for governance, and all the businesses in countries are again liable or connected or responsible to interact with government. So governments are using e-business or e-governance integrations to enable smooth flow of business transactions for the country's development or national economy's progress. Now till now we understood e-business. So e-business is all about enabling businesses through certain digital technologies or tools. Now moving forward, let us try to understand about e-commerce. E-commerce is the subset of e-business. So e-commerce simply means buying and selling online, while e-business is more broader than e-commerce. Now in the next slide, we can see that how e-commerce and e-businesses are differentiated in terms of the activities. While e-business is more about integrating softwares and packages at enterprise level, e-commerce is more about buying and selling activities. Now when an organization recognizes itself as a platform for buying and selling, it can choose multiple types of domain extensions. Usually the website name starts with www, business name, and dot extensions. Now this could be like .com, which means commercial purpose, .org, which represents an organization, a non-profit or a non-commercial group, .edu being educational institutions, .gov is reserved for government departments. We have .gov, .in here for India, .net for internet service providers, and .mil for military, and we also have .int for international organizations. Apart from this, we also see different types of other extensions like .ai or maybe some personalized extension. These days it is a possibility of having those extensions. Now some extensions are reserved for particular community or segments, while .com is widely applicable for most of the commercial activities. Now e-commerce can also be referred as e-tailing. The reason is this activity occurs between the last level reseller and the buyer. Now on an internet channel you see multiple distributors and the distributor is selling directly to the customer. Now this concept, which was earlier brick and mortar, or what is called as where the person was going to the shop and buying, brick and mortar simply means shopping physically, like going to the buildings or shops or outlets and shopping, has been converted today into e-tailing, electronic tail, or the supply chain activities which are extended as a tail. So the retailing is called as electronic tailing, as a short, e-tailing. Now one of the major reasons for growth of e-commerce is internet growth, payment integration, secure transactions, quick delivery, and still other benefits like a customer can go to the website and see wide choices of products, and they can skip the sellers, like whichever seller they are happy with, they can buy products from them just sitting at their place and just clicking the products what they want. When we look at the difference between the traditional commerce and the e-commerce, we understand traditional commerce was face to face, while in e-commerce there is no personal contact. So in the initial days when people were thinking that is a problem, today their mindset has changed, as we said earlier. They want to be at that convenience where the seller need not see him, but they want to buy the products, selecting whatever choices they want. Now in traditional commerce there is usually like payment done on spot and very rare opportunities of credit limits and credit opportunities, whereas in e-commerce the customer gets the opportunity of paying late or through UPI or online mode or cash on delivery. Now in traditional commerce you had to reach customers through various sources of advertisement and other portals. In e-commerce it is possible for you to reach them through one of the available electronic media like a web or smartphone. You don't need a website to operate these business ads. A simple message, SMS message or a WhatsApp message, or even a pop-up message on your screen would be enough to reach the customer directly. Now with this we understand e-commerce has more benefits compared to the traditional market. Now does that mean like the traditional type of trading or buying and selling is no more occurring? The truth is e-commerce is gaining more popularity with the help of smartphone penetration. But there is still lot of scope for physical buying and selling, where customers still love to go for shop, and that is one of the reasons you still see customers seeing and enjoying the benefits of both traditional style of shopping as well as online shopping. Now there are different types of e-commerce models like B2B, business to business, B2C, business to customer, C2C, customer to customer, G2B, government to business, and G2C, government to citizens. Now in this particular model we are going to discuss more about B2B, B2C and C2C. Now we already saw this diagram where B2B is between the manufacturer, distributor and the retailer. B2C is more about the transactions between the retailer and the consumer. Now some of the examples what we can take for B2B. So business activity between the two business entities or selling and buying of products between two business entities could be termed as B2B. And some of the examples what we can list for B2B is where sellers are procuring products and services for the sake of reselling. It is not for the consumption but more for breaking the larger units into smaller units and selling it to their next level buyers. So we have India Mart, one of the best examples where we see bulk buying of wholesalers and manufacturers occurs. So we also have a lot of B2B channels established amongst the organization, where there are specific channel of manufacturers and wholesale buyers. In B2C, we see like customers are procuring products directly from the sellers. Now today, when we see the B2C market, there is lot of transactions which is happening because of the benefits what B2C is delivering. Some of the examples for B2C is Amazon, Walmart, and different countries have different e-commerce toppers. So we understand it is not the one seller all over the world. There are different e-commerce players who understand the market and fulfill the needs. Now when we look at consumer to consumer market, one of the best examples what we can take is OLX or Etsy or eBay, where customers can sell to other customers. Now a platform which enables the customers to see what other customer is selling and buy from those customers is called as C2C. So it's more like a transparent space where somebody is selling and somebody is buying. It could be both the activities happening on the same platform, but both the people who are connected are customers here, and the intentions might not be restricted to one activity. It could be either of buying or selling. Now we also have another type of model, C2B, consumer to business, where a consumer sells goods and services to companies by posting what is available on the portal, and they can also business bid for the opportunity. So Amazon is one of the best example for B2C, that is selling directly to the customers, as well as C2C, that is other vendors selling via Amazon marketplace. And these days we also have another trending e-commerce model called as D2C, that is direct to customers. Now this is eliminating the previous models where companies are going to the next level directly to the customers. We also have a model B2B2C, which means like linking business to customers, where the sellers can directly interact with the customers with the help of their second party sellers. We'll be discussing more about the G2G or government, or G2C, government to citizens, in a separate model. Now just to mention, in this particular model, governments are also using effectively both the e-commerce and the e-business type of models for a lot of citizen oriented activities and governance purpose. Now can e-commerce be applied in many sectors? Possibly yes. Today we see all type of industries or companies using e-commerce. E-commerce is applicable in retail, wholesale, manufacturing, auctions, even in small, medium and large businesses, and almost in all sectors. Now before we close the topic discussion, let us also look into the advantages and disadvantages of e-commerce. While there are many advantages like convenience, accessibility, wide choice, personalized experience, international business expansion, increased sales revenue on advantages side, it also has certain disadvantages like limited customer service, lack of physical touch. Now this is one of the major reasons why some of customer segments, they are not still okay shopping online. Longer waiting time, data security risks, negative customer reviews, possibilities that anybody who doesn't like the product can just go and give the review quickly, and trust issues with the new businesses. So with all this we understand there are many advantages. So it is possible that over a period of time the disadvantages are neglected and e-commerce gains still more popularity. Let us also try to understand the 5 frameworks, delivery frameworks for e-commerce. We have drop shipping, order fulfillment method where business products are stocked, packed and shipped by a third party supplier. And there is a subscription model, like different types of subscriptions available are OTT service, or where memberships are there like grocery shopping, which might occur monthly, or software products where they sell for a specific period or term. We also have wholesale e-commerce, which is mostly for ordering products from the supplier from the warehousing. And we have private labeling, where a business will hire third-party manufacturer to create products on their unique ideas and designs. And private labeling will save you from having to build your own factory. All you need to do is buy the product and put your label and sell. White labeling, where you brand and sell a product under your name and logo, but it's manufactured and purchased from a third party distributor. White labeling is common in fashion and health industries, particularly like cosmetics and essential oils. Now, with the discussion of e-business and e-commerce, we understood that e-business is all about doing business with digital technologies, while e-commerce is more of buying and selling. Now, let us also look into few interesting facts. The Indian e-commerce market is expected to grow to $325 by 2030, and this year we saw like festive season saw the increase of 12% in the gross merchandise value, which was around $14 billion. And 99% of customers look for reviews when they're shopping online. So this also tells us like reviews are important. So a company should make an effort to sell good quality products. Just because somebody is buying online, they can't just go and sell any type of product. And online reviews can make or break the product. We also see there is a lot of social media engagement, like LinkedIn has grown by 5.3x times. So that shows us the rise in conversion rate. X or Twitter is growth by 8.4 times. Facebook is growing by 40 times. That's a interesting number. So these were the references used in this particular section. The session highlights for this particular topic, e-business and e-commerce, covered what are the benefits of e-business and how e-commerce is the subset of e-business. And we also saw like different types of e-commerce models, and we ended up discussing the delivery frameworks within the e-commerce. Thank you.